It's almost Christmas, you know that, right?
Oh my word. I tell you, a lot of these are going to get sold at Christmas. Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Welcome.
This is the review you've all been waiting for. The wonderful people at Positive Grid, makers of all the Spark range of products, amongst others, Spark, have now entered the realms of the guitar amp in headphones kind of world. So I guess think Boss Wazza Air, but also kind of think Katana Go or Micro Mustang. You know, it's the same kind of concept, except now the kind of clever stuff is built into the headphones rather than into the sort of the bug that might be plugged in. What's our setup du jour, Monsieur Peter?
N53, what is it called? NF3? NF3. Headphones that are around our ears. This is what you're hearing through this ear thing here.
Hello. Oh God.
And then we got a wireless TX is it a transmitter? That's the receiver, I can't remember. And then we hooked it up to that as well. It's so clever. It's all Bluetooth onto the phone. What's happening, man? Look, nothing is touching each other here.
So we own these very expensive 3DO pair of ears, which is essentially a very, very sensitive stereo microphone designed exactly for recording headphones. So what you really need to do to get the full, you know, sort of experience of what these headphones sound like is put your headphones on and listen like that. Okay, so price, these are under £200.
Are they?
Almost half the price of the Boss Wazza Air.
I didn't know they were that cheap.
I guess if you take something like a Boss Katana Go and you added a decent pair of headphones onto that, not dissimilar money to something like this. If you are familiar with the Spark range, maybe you already own a Spark 2 or a Spark Mini or something like that, you will be super familiar with the app that I am using and recording on my phone. If you're not familiar with it, let's take a second to talk about it. Spark Go. And we're going to get an awful lot of this in this video. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
The one you want to hear is like this is this.
If you're not familiar with how the Spark ecosystem works, you get these fantastically intuitive displays on your phone or your tablet of the pedals that you want to use. Some of the pedals come before the amplifier, some afterwards. If you want to change any of the pedals or the amplifier at the top, it's literally you tap on the icon across the top that you want to change. Got a great big drop down list of all the different ones that you could have. Pick another one, come off of there, and again now we've got a different amplifier, and again it's just as simple as changing here. You can see actually this is a good one on this first patch here. You see where the delay pedal is greyed out, that means the pedal is switched off, and if I want to turn it on, I literally press the button like you would press if you had the pedal on the floor in front of you.
Do you know what I noticed about that app? In the system settings, if you go in system settings about, it says please like and subscribe in there. Because we almost need 1 million.
We are indeed.
We would love to get to it now, please.
Pete's right. We are using this optional extra foot switch. There are two Spark foot switches. This is the more expensive of the two. But again, literally, if I want to, look here, you can see. Well, I don't know why I'm holding this up because obviously I'm screen recording this. But you can see now in real time, you can just change the patches on the floor. So let's have a little listen.
You just walk around the house with this setup and just walk around.
I think it's
great.
That's
what I do with
no wires. No wires.
No wires.
I should say I did make a comparison to the Boss Wazza Air right at the top of this video, and I should point out if you've got a pair of Wazza Airs or you've seen the video, Wazza Air has this gyroscopic thing in it. It's very, very clever. Like as you move, the position of either your band or your guitar amplifier is fixed. So you get this really cool, spatial. Neo doesn't have that. So Neo, regardless of where you move your head, everything is a fixed position.
I don't know if I think that might be a little gimmick on Boss. It's fun to have, but I don't really use it because it just kind of annoys me a little bit. My brain gets scrambled.
Indeed. So let's have a listen. So that was Pete's intro was using the first clean preset. Here's
lots
another
of reverb
one.
on that. Jesus.
A lot, yes.
There's a gate on there, isn't there? It's weird for us to hear.
Would you like me to take it off? And the gate? Here you go, no gate.
I'll take what off? We kind of have to take Taylor's word for it. He's listening to headphones, what's coming through the system.
Oh, that's true.
That's
yes,
good,
you might be wondering, what are we listening to?
Yeah,
we're listening to the monitors picking up the microphone back in the room again. Again, look, there's loads and loads of it. Here's a high gain sound.
Oh, yeah.
What else? I mean, again, just to show you how easy it is to change something like the reverb. Sorry, not the reverb, the delay. If I want to make the delays a bit longer, maybe make them a bit louder.
What was that?
I made them shorter.
Right. You were twiddling with the knobs.
High gain, Pete's favourite patch on the whole thing here. You can see all of these amps are taking inspiration from sort of famous amplifiers, and that's the same with the pedals. You know, they're all taking inspiration from famous pedals.
It's a tuner there.
There is
actually. Can I just tune my E string, please?
That's a good shout. Let's just find the tuner. Here you go.
Oh, it mutes it. It's like.
Do you know what? I don't know. Yes, we're still screen recording, so.
That's a good screen. Even without my glasses, I can see that.
That's your idea of the presets and patches, and as you can see here, there are absolutely loads and loads and loads of presets. There are presets for bass guitars, presets for acoustic guitars. I think
you can make your own ones as well.
Absolutely.
If you've got some on your Spark or something, can you use them on there? Or
you can share via the cloud. Absolutely.
Okay. But if let's say you saved from your Spark Go or something, or Mini, will you be able to use them on here? You probably will do, right?
From what I understand, there are some pedals in Spark 2 and some models that use a slightly more powerful processor.
Right.
So those won't be available in Neo. But yeah, on the basis that you use
Where's the processor then? Is that in here?
Yeah, absolutely. Because all the app does is control the processor that's in the headphones. There's no actual.
And you save it. Can you save it in here? So you got like presets on.
Yep. So you don't. If I go back to that,
asking stupid questions.
If I go back to this thing that says hardware at the top, those are the 4 presets that are stored in the headphones.
And you can click that on the side.
So you don't need if all you want to do is just use those 4 presets. You don't need to use your phone at all.
Can I just try and see if they're comfortable?
Yeah, please do. I think that's the most important part.
Oh yeah, they're not noise cancelling, are they?
I don't know. So Pete's now listening to the patch that you heard during the intro. Obviously, I can't hear it, and you guys can't anymore. But it's an interesting reaction.
I like the way that if you put them on, I like the way they closed in the ears, right?
Now I'm going to say something. This might be controversial.
Do it.
I've got a pair of Waza Air headphones at home. I use them. It's probably the only piece of gear, technology gear, that I've bought in the last 5 years that I relentlessly use.
That's pretty nice, that.
And I must admit, I think Neo has captured the same sense that you're not listening through headphones.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Wazza Air. Although you are listening through headphones, it doesn't sound like you're listening through headphones. It just sounds like you're in a room with a guitar amplifier.
Yeah.
And the Neo has done that well.
They're nice and comfortable on the head, aren't they?
They are.
They're nice and soft.
That's the other thing, I think.
Nice and soft.
What I really hate about in-ear headphones, if you're listening to in-ear headphones for an hour or two while you're practicing, I get chronic kind of ear fatigue, whereas these feel comfy. So anyway, look.
But you have to do a marathon, 24 hours live recording with them on.
Brutal.
Yeah, that would be pretty brutal.
Like Pete was saying, I can adjust anything I like on these presets, and I can save a new preset, overwrite it, or save it to share it to the cloud. Now, this I thought was a bit slightly weird. I'm going to just caveat this whole demo here. You're going to see a few references to the Jimi Hendrix experience on my phone. And I've got a feeling that's because in a previous Spark demo, I've bought that add-on pack.
Yeah, that's an add-on
so
pack.
I don't know for sure. If you don't get the Jimi Hendrix stuff when you buy this, it's because I've bought it and you haven't. Now, there was some weird stuff on here. Simple Looper and Groove Looper are features that we've demonstrated on the other Spark products in the past. Yeah. Very, very cool.
Very, very cool.
Very, very cool. However, you get this little message that says it's unsupported hardware when you click on the Simple Looper and the Groove Looper.
Not so cool.
Not so cool, yeah. So Neo can't do those. Smart Jam doesn't work either. Quick Jam, however, does work with the Neo headphones. Are these 4 genres of backing track?
Genre.
Pop, rock, funk, and blues.
Genre.
It's got a drum beat. It's got lots of different patterns, and it's got a bass line as well, which I can switch on or off. So would you like? Let's do pop for Pete.
Let's do pop for Pete. What key are we in?
Right. So we've got loads of different variations here that you can see across the top. In fact, as soon as I change it, it starts. Here we go. Let's have some G minor blues here, Mr. Pete. Hang on. We've got a count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to count it in for you. Anyway, look. You get the idea, right? So you can obviously choose
1,
your
2, 1, 2, 3. I can't do 1, 2, 3. What?
So you can choose which preset that you want to play over the top of that if you want to. And like I say, you've got all these different ones.
Can you change the presets while you're jamming with that one?
That's a good question. Do you want to find out?
Just play the same song again. I like that.
Okay. Oh, it's gone to a different. Hang on, let me find. No, you want the G minor one.
Don't count me in this time.
Here you go.
There you go.
So let's see if we can go to the heavy metal tune. What Pete's asked me to do is change the presets. Here we go. Anyway, the answer to that is yes.
That's cool,
man.
You
can indeed.
I like that. That was some good chords in there.
If you've not seen a Spark demo before, it's absolutely what separates Spark from all the competition. Not so much does it sound better or anything like that. Why do I do this all the time?
I know
it's really bad how that's rubbed off. It's not that necessarily I think Spark sounds better than Boss or Yamaha or all the other different guys playing in this kind of thing. It's just the app is so clever and so intuitive and so feature rich.
And when you turn it on, it goes straight on there, and it's super easy, and you can update it from there. And you can these by the way, these needed to be firmware updated via USB-C.
Do that.
The other things, update. I think the other things does it automatically.
You can watch YouTube videos within the app.
I don't want to watch YouTube.
Yeah, definitely don't watch those. So again, if you're watching, say, a tutorial or something on YouTube, you can have that all coming through your headphones and your guitar at the same time.
Has it got the AI stuff?
I've hit the AI button. It says something went wrong. Please check or try again later. That might well be that it's just because the AI is still in beta mode, or it might well be it's one of those things that's not supported on Neo. So, Mr. Editor, please phone Positive Grid and put underneath why it's not working. Finally is this little video control over here, which actually, again, on the bigger Spark products, you can kind of video yourself playing and it'll record the audio as well. But again, Neo can't do that. So there's quite a few features, actually, in fairness, that you can do on the bigger Spark products than you can't do on Neo.
There should be. Worth knowing that. Well, why am I doing this now too? What's going? Why am I? Yeah, maybe you could buy the bigger Spark. Why am I waving my hands around like a clown?
Now, okay, so I'm now on the sort of, I guess, the sort of the menu page here. You can see things like that's where you access the tuner and the metronome and stuff like that. And it is actually, it's connecting different Spark devices is so simple. You can see me just scrolling across the top here. And you can see though, from my headphone one, we've got the Neos connected, we've got the Spark Control connected.
How easy was that to connect that thing to a thing? It's just like click that, yeah.
The final thing we're going to jam out on here, and this is what I suspect all of you are going to be doing with your, whether you've got Neo headphones or any other way of, you know, alternatives to this. We're going to choose a song to jam out over. Obviously, you've got the choice on Neo. It's amazing. You've got the choice of either using Apple Music or Spotify or anything that's downloaded on your phone. But you've also got YouTube as well. And annoyingly, at least for you guys, on an iPhone, I can't screen record whilst simultaneously streaming music or video to
on an Android?
The headphones. You probably can't on Android. Anyway. So I'm going to have to just show you what this looks like. So you've got your choice of delving through your Apple Music library or your Spotify library or whatever's downloaded on your phone. Or even cooler, you can go and find videos from YouTube and check out what happens here. So I'm going to start this Holding the Groove video, which Pete wrote the backing track for. You can find on Andertons TV. But this is, again, how cool is this? The app has worked out what the chords are. This is literally, it's just done this using the AI within the app. So you can download a backing track or play along to a backing track, and the Spark app will play the chord changes. So you can see it's changed to A minor here. We go F. Anyway, look.
So if you do have these backing tracks, get yourself a Spark, and then you just tell them what the chords are.
I think that's just insane tech. Anyway. I think we should just let Pete play out. Okay, that was amusing. As well as, let me just turn this off here. As well as suggesting what the chords were, not suggesting, knowing what the chords were, it also suggested a preset that I might think
surely
would be
not that one.
And yes, In Your Mighty Boosh Moosh was what it decided to give us a... Yes,
yeah,
it decided that was the appropriate, so maybe some way to go on the old AI front there. But overall, I have to say, I think Spark's an amazing product. I'm sure Neo is going to be humongously popular.
Oh, absolutely, will he? I'm sure you saw loads already.
Yeah. Links below if you want to buy some.
Christmas.
If they're in stock, you can have them tomorrow. Happy days.
Yeah.
Right, there we go.
Like and subscribe. These are cool in the deal as well. Go and pick one of these up. This whole kit here, look at that.
Deal mania.
Boom.